18 is our Hebrews life, brothers and sisters. This is the high priest, L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Families always grab that King James. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Family, that being said, we're going to go right into our teaching. Family, this is a continuation because I want to inform you guys that our God is a compassionate God, that he is a loving God, and he is a kind God. Okay, and he will not always be angry with we, his people. We have to understand that, but we have to also do something on our end. We have to make an adjustment. We have to change. We have to correct the direction that we are going. We have to change our ways. And see, when we do that, then the Most High says this is what he would do. Let's go to Exodus. Not Exodus, but Ezekiel chapter 33, verses 16. Now, let's read 15. He says, if the wicked restore the pledge, give again that he had robbed. See that? And that goes right back to what? Thou shalt not steal those 2 tablets from thy brother. Now look what it says. Walk in the statutes of life without committing iniquity. He shall surely live. He shall not die. Now look at this next verse right here. None of his sins, with an S, that he has committed shall be mentioned unto him. End of story. No man can redeem his brother. That's a project. I'm going to talk to look for it. See, because they say that Jesus is the God-like man that redeemed his brother. No greater love than this, that one will lay down his life for his brother. Don't believe that? Don't you believe that? You don't need him. Why? Because the Most High God says, you turn back to me, and this, when you turn back to me, this is what I'm going to do for you. Look what he says he's going to do. He said, none of his sins that he have committed shall be mentioned unto him. He has done that which is lawful. See that? He have done that which is lawful and right. He might live. Now, this is a guarantee. This is a guarantee here. You want a guarantee? This is a guarantee. He said, you shall live. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All you got to do is turn back to your God. That's all he said. You know why? Because when you read Psalms 90 verses 1 and 2 and 3 here, you can see him. Oh boy, the Most High, boy, he is the one he's the self-existent one. He brings everything into being. Everything. He brings death into being. He brings life into being. He brought trees into being. He brings everything into being. Now look here. Let's go to Micah. Micah verse 7. Let's look at verses 18. Well, let's read 17. Oh, 16. Let's read 16 too. He said, the nations shall see and be confounded at all their might. They shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears, and shall drift. See that? They shall lick the dust like serpents. They shall move of their holes like worms upon the earth. Those are the ones that's down there, they got their bunkers. Most High gonna bring them out of them. Cheyenne Mountain, he gonna bring them out of there. And look what he says here. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. Now look at this verse here. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardons? See that? Do you see that? Do you know what pardon means? If anyone, look it up. But I'm going to do a shortcut. Let's say that a person is on death row in the state of Illinois or the state of Florida or whatever. And the governor comes and pardon that individual. Now remember now, he was guilty by a number of his peers. Caught him red-handed, him or her, with the weapon in their hand, and there's the body, there's the person here's the name of the person that is deceased, and all this, all the evidence is there. You did it, without a doubt. And the governor comes in and pardons you. It's like you never did nothing. That's on a low scale. But this is on a grand scale. We're talking about the creator of all things. We're talking about the self-existent one. We're talking about the God of the Hebrews. Look what it says here. That parteth iniquity and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage. Talking about us. He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delights in... Oh, do y'all see that? He loves mercy. Isn't that something? He loves mercy. They are renewed every day for we his people. That you should have got. I'm not going to give it to you. Your mercies are renewed every day. A God that cares that much about you. See, we don't know the difficult situation and the shape that we are in. We ain't nothing but dust. We're fragile, very fragile. But you can see even in our state, the writer says, remember, we are dust. Huh? Y'all see that? Can you imagine what you are? You and I, we're nothing. But he has put all these safeguards and provision in place to protect us. Not him. That's for us, we his people. And you still don't want to turn back to him? You still don't want to turn back to him? And you have all these benefits. All of them. And you still refuse to turn back to him. I gotta say this. What a fool. What a fool! Only a fool would not take this opportunity. And it's right in the pages. He have been beyond good to us. Yeah! And still is. Yeah! You know why? He don't change. He doesn't. Even if he has to send you to eternal death, that still doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. He has to honor his word. He has to send you the wicked one that refuse to turn back to him. He has to banish you to eternal death, even though he loves us unconditionally. Still love you, but I got to honor my word. Now let's keep on going. Let me show you something else here. Now watch this. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 50. Watch this right here. See, because family, you guys need to see this. You guys, see, I'm showing you this because if you see it, then maybe you will say, okay, I understand the seriousness of this. I'm gonna go and turn back to my God because he have all these safe provisions in for me and my people. So I'm going back home. Look here at Jeremiah chapter 50. Let's look at verses, let's see here. Let's look at verses verses 20. Let's look at verses 20. Let's look at that. Watch this right here. In those days and in that time, said the Lord, the iniquity of Israel shall be what? Sought for, and there shall be what? Look at him in action. Look at him in action. Look at him in action. Does he change? No. He won't change. He won't change. He won't change. It's right there in the pages. All you gotta do is come back home. Come back home. And the table is already set. All you gotta do, come back to me. Why won't you? Why won't you? All of them out there teaching all this other stuff. Talking about the emerald tablets, talking about the Pleiades, talking about Orion, they're talking about Dead Sea Scrolls, they're talking about the Book of Enoch, all this other stuff here. But nobody's telling you to return to the Creator of all things. I keep saying it over and over. You can have all the information in the world, but if you don't return to your God, baby, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. I mean, I don't know how simple that I can put it. But look what he says now in verse 20 now. Look what he says now. He says here, it's going to be looked for, but shall not find any. He says, there shall be none. And the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I what? Reserve. It's right in the pages. I ain't making up nothing. I am not making up anything. It's right in the pages. So again, family, it's time for us to go back home. It is time for us to go back to our God. Why won't you make up your mind today and say, I shall not die, but I shall live? See? Once you make your mind up and you turn back to your God, he says, no matter what you have done, he said, I would not remember it. Until next time, family, we say we love you from over here at the high priest over the whole house of Israel. Until our next Sabbath, we say shalom.